Oh, welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weaves here, and this is What If Naruto One Rogue Part 5. Oh my days. 1 second. Sorry, guys. My thing wasn't connecting. I wanted to listen to music. Anyways, now it's connected, so it should be fine. Anyways, last time we left off with Naruto actually leaving the village, and people are starting to find out. Well, not many, but the more important ones are starting to find out. Jiraiya knows. Tsunade actually found out as well, and she was confused on what's Naruto doing here. What's Naruto doing here? And of course, the Hokage actually found out as well from Iruka, because Iruka couldn't find him anywhere, and Jiraiya actually came and told him, and actually met up with the Iruka afterwards. Anywho, the Chunin exam still began as per normal, and the Hokage couldn't do anything except for it to let it run, because you can't just tell the Kazekage that it's going to have to postpone, because the Naruto Jinchuriki escaped the village and left, becoming a rogue ninja. Anyways, he has got every single detail from Jiraiya, because he actually saw Naruto. Oh, sorry, Jiraiya. Tsunade saw Naruto and everything, and she found out that he's a rogue ninja. But now, because he literally cut the leaf symbol, and anyways, of course, Naruto already left that town that Tsunade was in, and now is already on his way to the next town. And on his way there, he actually does encounter some people. Anyways, we move. We will cover that a little bit in a second. But anyways, Tsuki actually does begin the Chunin exams, the finals, and she's the first one to fight. And she's going up against Sakura, and Sakura actually put up an amazing fight, especially because she not only did she train in Genjutsu with Kuronai, but she also trained with Anko. Anko did see Sakura training hard, and asked her if she wanted to train with her for a bit. And in the end, Sakura spent the last 2 weeks learning how to use poison and everything, and learning everything she could really fast, and she was able to learn a lot. And anyways, now, of course, Sakura still loses here, especially because Tsuki actually is way too strong for Sakura, and she was able to use one of the techniques Naruto used against Kakashi, and that technique was the little wind barrier that expanded and pushed Kakashi away. But this time she did it for the poison, and pushed the poison away onto the walls, nearly hitting some of the spectators, but they were protected by the Jonins by actually deflecting it. Anyways, now, of course, Sakura then got absolutely finessed. She got absolutely destroyed by Tsuki, because Tsuki was not playing around. She wanted to win. She wanted to show Naruto that she can become strong as well. And anyways, now, after she won, of course, she went to the stands, and Sasuke's fight was meant to be next against Gaara. However, that fight was postponed because Sasuke was taking too long, and he hasn't returned yet. Returned. How do I say returned? Like, I said in a weird way. I heard it. Returned. Something like that. But returned. And anyways, returned. What the hell's wrong with me? Anyways, a lot of things are wrong with me. But we move. Now, Naruto, of course, not Naruto. The Chunin exams continue as per normal, as they did in the original. Shikamaru's fight was actually next, and Shikamaru destroyed the Temari to then actually win, because he knew that he didn't know that Naruto was there or not, but he was hoping that Naruto was there somewhere hiding and watching the fight, and so he actually won easily without even trying this time. He never really got to the point where he nearly lost, and he had to outsmart her, and he outsmarted her really. She destroyed her. Anyways, he destroyed her. Now, of course, the next fight is actually Shino versus Kankuro, and here, of course, Kankuro saw that Temari lost, and to not give a bad name to the Sand Village, he actually did fight Shino. Here, Shino actually wins by actually beating Kankuro, because in the original, of course, they drew. However, Kankuro did see that Team 7 was the strongest team out of the whole entire Chunin exams, and of course he wanted to be just on par with them, and he wanted to get even stronger. And just saying, Tsuki's curse mark was completely destroyed by Jiraiya because he hated that she had the curse mark, and so he sealed away completely, and the seal completely disappeared forever. And anyways, yes, he was able to do this, and remember, Jiraiya is a seal master. And anywho, the next fight was actually Sasuke versus Gaara. Sasuke still made that flashy entrance with Kakashi, and Tsuki said, "What took so long?" Sasuke nearly got disqualified, and he said that they needed to just finish off that one move that Sasuke's been trying for a while, and they were able to do it. Of course, now the final fight before the semi-finals began. Oh wait, yeah, I think not the semi-finals, but before the next batch of fights. Anyways, Sasuke actually begins his fight by actually using the body flicker and taking off his weights. Yes, he was actually using weights to train, taking it from Lee. He did want to become even faster, and he saw that even without weights, Sasuke was just as fast. But with weights, if you train with weights, he wanted to get his speed on the. He wanted to be at the same speed with weights on, and once he takes the weights off, he'll be probably a lot faster. But anyways, of course, Sasuke was moving at the same speed of Naruto when he was actually in the land of waves, and using his technique, wind and lightning release together. Swift release basically, but he was able to use it pretty well. He was just as fast as Naruto's swift release back then, but of course Naruto is much stronger by now, and by much stronger I mean much stronger. There is literally a massive gap between Team 7 right now, even though Team 7 is no more. Like I said in the last part, Naruto did tell Team 7 that he does not want to be in Team 7 anymore, and it's over. The team is done, and it doesn't exist anymore. And anyways, now, of course, Sasuke continues his fight, and he sees that Gaara's defense was actually way too strong for him to penetrate. Anyways, of course, Kakashi actually smiled, even though Tsuki was like, "Why are you smiling? Sasuke's not getting anywhere." And Kakashi actually then just says, "Just watch this." Sasuke then actually engulfs himself in blue fire, not even red, and actually creates something like what Marco uses, the blue phoenix, and he was actually able to break through Gaara's sand dome, and sand dome, and literally kick him in the face, and Gaara went flying. And then after that, he actually used this Chidori by actually laying out the fire. Since it's pretty much a phoenix here, Sasuke actually lets out the fire. Lets out the fire from his arm go away, and literally uses the Chidori, and he was about to finish this fight by actually impaling the Chidori on his arm, or a shoulder area. And in the end, he was actually nearly able to do it. However, Gaara was completely pissed off that he actually started bleeding after that kick, and so he went into his rampage form, where he is half Shikaku right now, half Shikaku, half Gaara, and he was able to slap slap Sasuke away with ease. And Sasuke looked completely baffled because he could barely move after that slap, because it was a pretty freaking strong slap. It was like a nuke. But anyways, of course, Sasuke's arm was broken, even his legs, and of course he's bleeding. Of course, the fight was ended there. So, of course, Gaara was about to be announced as a winner, but then, of course, the Genjutsu was actually put on everyone, except for the people who can actually fight it. And Sasuke actually being too injured to actually do anything, it was actually put onto the Genjutsu. Now, Sasuke's asleep, everyone's asleep except for Tsuki and the original people who actually want to sleep. Even Shikamaru, this time, he didn't fake that he was sleeping, he was actually confused on what's going on. And Kakashi explained that they're being attacked, basically, and then they look up to see that the Hokage is actually fighting. He's actually facing the Kazekage, and the Kazekage revealed himself to be Orochimaru. Anyways, of course, everyone was worried now, and they knew that Orochimaru had a grudge against the village and wanted to destroy it, and he got the sound and the sand to join him in this mission. And anyways, of course, Orochimaru then says that it was actually a pain to get, of course, we skipped to Orochimaru and Hiruzen, and of course, their dialogue actually, I will be voicing the dialogue, of course. I'm not going to voice it with perfect voices. I'm just going to say what they're saying. And Orochimaru complains to the Hokage that this village is getting way too strong, and the Hokage raises an eyebrow saying, how? And he says that their next generation is going to be too strong, so I might as well just destroy it now before they get in my way. And of course, Hiruzen's like, they are getting strong, and they're much stronger than you already. Mind in their and they have a pure mind, unlike you. And anyways, of course, English. Orochimaru starts laughing, saying, "Really? You think they have a better mind than me? A purer mind than me? Oh, I wouldn't say so. That Nine-Tails kid, who was it? Naruto Uzumaki, the one who's hated by everyone. Him having a pure mind, a pure heart. You're making jokes, right? Him? No. He's a even scarier monster than me. Have you seen him fight? He nearly killed me if I stayed in that body for any longer." And of course, he actually added 1+1 in his life. So you're the one who beat Natsuki and Sasuke, and he's like, exactly, and you can't do anything about it. And of course, the Hiruzen gets a bit pissed at this, and he's like, so were you the one who brainwashed Naruto into leaving? And of course, Orochimaru says, oh, so he left. Well, I wouldn't see a reason why I should have. After all, he wanted to leave on his own. He really didn't care about his teammates. In fact, as soon as he came, he was actually laughing at how his teammates were on the ground. Anyway, it wasn't me who made him leave. It was this village itself. It was because of you guys. Maybe if only you guys weren't so ruthless towards Naruto, this would have been different. Oh well, I'll just make him one of my pawns after I find him, after destroying this village, of course. And as he says that, Hiruzen has had enough and kicks him right in the face, which Orochimaru starts laughing because now the face that he had started breaking, and Orochimaru showed his true face. And anyway, of course, Jiraiya, from far away, he wasn't too far from the village, but he saw an explosion coming from it and he was worried, so he had to postpone Naruto's search with Yuruka, and they went back to see that the village was getting attacked, and so they were actually trying to protect it. And anyways, well, this was a bit nearer to the end. Of course, they didn't return straight away because they didn't see the massive explosion until later, because the massive explosion started a bit later. Anyways, of course, Tsuki was actually pretty pissed off that, you know, what Gaara did to her brother, nearly killing him, and so she actually went after them, and she said that she'll return soon. And Shikamaru was like, oh, god damn it, Tsuki. And so he went after her with Shino actually followed them, and in the end, together they were actually able to reach Gaara. And yeah, Gaara wasn't an easy fight for Tsuki. Tsuki actually struggled. However, she did use the summoning jutsu just like Naruto did, and they were able to beat him because Tsuki, even though she didn't transform him into a Nine-Tails beast, she transformed him into a into a beast with claws. Of course, Gamabunta still telling her about this, and in the end, she became Gaara's first friend, you could say. However, she never really befriended Gaara like that. However, she did help Gaara up after beating him and took him back to the stadium. And here, Tsuki wasn't as injured as Naruto was in the original, because this Tsuki is way stronger than Naruto in the original. Anyway, once Tsuki was actually had returned, she saw the Hokage fall down to the ground. And of course, the Hokage used the Reaper Death Stool to seal away Orochimaru, but he was only able to seal away a bit of Orochimaru, just his arms. And anyways, Orochimaru escaped. And Tsuki, Team 7 actually came to know a few days later, after the funeral and everything, about Naruto. The Hokage died with the regret of not being able to save Naruto from the darkness, and now he's gone. Naruto is fully gone from everyone, and he's alone somewhere, and he could be somewhere dangerous for all they know. Anywho, of course, now we cover a few days later. A few days earlier, when when Naruto, of course, escaped from Tsunade, after he came to a different town, he actually came across two shinobi, rogue shinobi, of course, wearing dark clothes with, well, a cloak with red clouds on it. Of course, Naruto realized who one of them is, Itachi Uchiha, and the other one, he had some idea of him. After all, he did do some research about rogue ninjas, and he has a bingo book. And yeah, as he looks at them, he actually looks in the bingo book and sees that this is Kisame. Closes it and actually says, "So you two are the two rogue ninjas, Kisame and Itachi Uchiha. Nice to meet you. Anyways, I shall be going now." And of course, as he was about to walk away, of course, Itachi actually stops him with a kunai to his neck, and Naruto says, "Attacking me already? Aren't we like fellow companions now? We are rogue ninjas, after all. And we're from the same village. Oh wait, I forgot. That village doesn't really like me. I guess you're part of them, aren't you?" And then Itachi then calmly asks, "What are you doing here, Naruto?" Naruto then says, "Why shouldn't I be here? I'm a rogue ninja, can you not see this? I don't care. You can call me a rogue ninja, whatever the hell you want to call me. I just want to live outside the village. I don't want to be a ninja for the village anymore. I'd rather be a ninja for myself." Of course, then Itachi says, "Naruto, I remember what happened to you. But something that happened 8 years ago. Are you really going to let that change who you are?" Of course, Naruto then actually replies by saying, "It never changed who I am. It just showed me how cruel the world is. And it showed me that not everything can be changed. Anyways, now I will be going." And as Naruto was about to go, Itachi does try to genjutsu Naruto. However, Itachi realizes that Naruto breaks out of it. And Naruto says, "Trying to genjutsu me? Are you really trying to start a fight here?" Anyways, of course, Naruto then lets out a bit of his own bloodlust and a bit of pressure, which actually starts crumbling the ground underneath them. And Kisame actually laughs, saying, "Does this kid really think he can do anything to us?" And as he says that, Naruto blitzes Kisame, kicking him right in the face, sending him far away, and says, "Listen, Itachi, you may be Sasuke's brother. I did find that out. I did do 1+1. But I don't care. So please just let me go. I don't know why you're trying to genjutsu me. I don't know why you're doing this. Are you trying to return me to the village that you left on your own will? Because I'm not going to return there. After all, I was pretty much hated there, so I don't see a reason for me to return. And I'll let you know something. Your brother's actually doing pretty well for himself. He was in my same team, Team 7, with another girl called Suki. She's an Uchiha too, I don't know if you know her." And then Itachi replies, "Yes, I do. She is my other sister. She's Sasuke's twin sister, in fact." And Naruto says, "Ah, they did seem pretty close." Anyways, Naruto never really noticed that they were brother and sister, but anyways. Now, of course, Naruto actually disappears from Itachi's view, and actually escapes before Kisame returned. And as soon as Kisame returned, Naruto was already gone. And Kisame asked, "Just what was that kid trying to do? Starting a fight? Let's go kill him." And Itachi says, "No, we can't kill him. He is the Naruto's Jinchuriki after all. We'll find him. But first I want to go see how my old village is doing. After all, I do have a pretty massive grudge. And I did want to see what the Hokage was doing now. And if we have a chance, we can even destroy the village. How about that?" Anyways, Kisame says, "Oh well, whatever. It's not like they will know that the Naruto's ginger, that we took a detour, even though we know where the Naruto's is going. He's going to the south, right?" And Itachi says, "I don't even know." Anyways, now they go, and Itachi's only doing this to see if the Hokage is doing well and everything, and he wanted to tell the Hokage about all of this, and so he sent a letter to him. However, it never reaches the Hokage because the Hokage is dead, and in the end the crow returns once he actually enters the village. And then Itachi actually finds out about everything, and he still gets pretty much attacked by everyone in the village except for well, not everyone, but you know, the same people. And he actually does Tsukuyomi Kakashi, and his two siblings actually arrive after actually hearing the commotion, and they tried to fight Itachi off, but Itachi was able to take them on together at the same time, while Kisame took on Mad Guy for a bit. And he said, "You two, you may be strong, but you're not even able to get close to attacking me head on. Even your teammate did better than this. And of course, Tsuki's that you see Naruto. Tell me where he was. And of course, Itachi says, so you're interested in him. My little sister being interested in someone interesting. Anyways, of course, you are a growing girl. And as he says that, Sasuke says, sharp already, talking about Naruto. Anyways, of course, Itachi was about to get hit by the Chidori, but then he was able to dodge easily and actually strangle Sasuke and put him in the Tsukuyomi, telling him that he was weaker than Naruto, he was weaker than Tsuki as well, and he was the weakest out of the three. And Naruto's much stronger. He's even Jonin level by that at this point, since he's able to blitz someone like Kisame. And Kisame is no one to be messing around with. It took 7th gate guy to even to capture him, and in the end he had to kill himself. But anyways, to not give any information. But anyways, now of course, Sasuke was completely destroyed here, and Itachi were actually left with Kisame, and they were about to go find Naruto. And Itachi actually had a plan to kill Kisame if they found Naruto and captured him and bring him back to the Leaf Village. And he was going to say that the Ninetales Jinchuriki was actually able to use the Ninetales' powers to actually fight them. And in the end, Kisame wasn't able to make it out, and he's going to injure himself on purpose to make it seem like he was injured too, but he was barely able to beat the Ninetales by using his Mangekyo Sharingan. And anyways, of course, that would have actually convinced everyone in the Akatsuki, but now they have to find Naruto. Naruto was actually went back to the village, went to a village closer to the Leaf Village, and he was heading out of the Land of Fire. However, he actually decided to go visit this village that he actually wanted to visit, and well, not village, but this town he wanted to visit. He's always heard stories about in his village and how they had good food and everything, and so he wanted to go try out. Anyways, of course, Naruto was in that village while, of course, the Akatsuki couldn't find Naruto where they last saw him. It was actually pretty far away from that town, and so they gave up and they returned saying that they couldn't find Naruto. And anyways, of course, they tell them that Naruto is now no longer in the Leaf Village, but they don't know yet. And after that, of course, Naruto and the Akatsuki actually does find out about how they have to capture each tail beast one by one, from 1 toes to 9 toes, so the weakest to the strongest. And anyways, which is better for them. They get more experience and they know how tail beasts fight. And anyways, now of course, Naruto, who's in this village, actually bumps into both Jiraiya, Tsuki and Tsunade at the same bar. Naruto was actually walking in to actually have get some food, and as soon as he walks in, he sees them. Is that, of course. And anyways, Naruto then throws smoke bombs everywhere and actually runs away quickly. And he was actually laughing, saying, "Oh my days, what a turn of events. Oh well, time to leave." And of course, he goes back to his hotel room, breaks in, to be honest. He says sorry, he dropped some money that he had to fix it, to repair it, and left, because Naruto is no criminal. He may be a rogue ninja, but he really, inside, he's not a criminal. He's finally free, and he's actually happy that he's free. And anyways, Naruto was about to leave the town as soon as he got intercepted by all 4 of them. Tsuki, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Shizune. And they all told Naruto to stop. And Naruto's like, 2 legendary Sanins and my old teammate. I guess you're here to find to bring Tsunade back to the village to become the 5th Hokage. Oh well, the old geezer died after all. It took him long enough, and he was one of his own students. And as of course, Jiraiya's like, Naruto, we all know that you don't hate the Hokage. And Naruto then says, how do you know? How do you truly know me? I hate everything in the village, in the Leaf Village. The Leaf Village has completely changed me. It showed me what the world was like. And I guess it was kind of helpful. However, I don't want to go back. I don't want to return to a hell like that. Now let me go. You have no you have no right to not allow me to leave the village. After all, I did resign as a ninja. Well, and then Jiraiya says, technically you haven't. You still have the headband. So technically you're a rogue ninja. and we have to capture you. And Naruto then says, if you want the headband back, you can have it here, I don't really need it. Naruto actually takes it off and actually scrunches it up, well, not scrunches it up, literally then was pretty much clenching onto it and pretty much destroyed it and threw it at the Jiraiya catching it, saying, alright then, so if you have retired as ninja from the Leaf Village, we'll just have to kidnap you then. And Naruto then says, oh really? Well, if you just want the Nine Tails, you can just extract it from me. I know I could die. I know I would die, to be honest. However, I don't really care. There are better candidates. Even Tsuki can take the Nine Tails, even though I don't recommend it. And then Tsuki says, you're not going to lose the Nine Tails, you're just going to return to the village. And Naruto then says, oh really? And as he says that, he actually lets out everything that he has, and he was actually able to paralyze them with just his bloodlust, basically bloodlust paralyzation, something that Naruto has developed over time. And anyways, Naruto then says, so you're all paralyzed except the two legendary Sanins. Oh well, it's only you two who I have to fight. I'll be able to survive, right? And just saying, if you hold back, you will die. And as he says that, Naruto is actually taking chakra from the Nine Tails, and his eyes turn red. And just saying, Naruto is actually able to control this much chakra, and his body started steaming. He wasn't actually fully taking chakra to actually get cloaks or anything, but he was just taking enough to actually make his body more stronger, and he just wanted to become a bit more faster, to be honest. And this gave him a little bit of a power boost. Naruto actually then attacked Jiraiya, which then Tsunade came out of nowhere as per normal. No, not as per normal. She still remembers how they used to fight when they were a team, even though there's not 3 of them, there's 2 of them still. But anyways, she was nearly able to punch Naruto, but Naruto was able to escape by actually teleporting somewhere else. And Naruto says, do you really think I'm that stupid? I did steal scrolls from the Leaf Village after all. I have learned a lot of jutsus over in my life, and I have one that even the 4th Hokage used. So I don't think he'll be able to beat me. And yes, Naruto has actually stole a lot of jutsus from the Scroll of Sealing, and even knows how to use the Flying Raijin, even though it's not perfected fully. Naruto actually loses a lot of chakra by using it. However, he's taking chakra from the Nine Tails, which is an infinite pool of chakra. Pretty much, he can take as much as he can and he wants. And anyways, Naruto is teleporting around, confusing them, and in the end throwing a few smoke bombs, and he disappears. The 2 legendary Sanins couldn't really go all out, because if they did, they would have actually hurt Naruto pretty badly and even injured him enough that to end his life, and so they couldn't really do anything. Jiraiya was pissed off. He's like, God damn it, it's all because of me. If only I was there for my godson. And of course, Tsunade is, it's the first time Tsunade hearing of this. Well, Tsunade hears of this for the first time, and she says, so you were his godfather, and he turned out like that. And Jiraiya then says, I was never there for him. Who else would he have turned out like? God damn it, if only I was there for him. And Tsunade then says, listen, I only returned to the village because you asked me to, and since I want that kid to return, I will be the 5th Hokage, and I'll help a friend out. That's it. As soon as the brat is back and we find the better suitable Hokage, I'm going to leave, alright? And of course, Jiraiya then says, I'm sure you'll get used to the Hokage spot and won't leave. And Tsunade is like, hopefully not. And anyways, of course, Tsunade actually returns to the Leaf Village, and after this heals everyone that needed to be healed. And Sasuke still leaves the village because he does actually meet them Soundful afterwards, and actually gets convinced to join Orochimaru to gain more power. And after what Itachi said to him, of course, Sasuke hated Itachi even more, and wanted to get even stronger in any way possible, in any way, form, anything that helped him would do. And anyways, of course, Naruto has been gone, and here, instead of Naruto fighting in the Valley of the End, would be Itsuki. And in the end, Tsuki still loses because she doesn't have the curse mark, and the curse mark 2 actually gave a massive power boost to Sasuke. And anyways, now after leaving after Sasuke left, pretty much Team 7 was fully destroyed. He was gone. It was just Tsuki, and Tsuki actually left for a 2-year training with Jiraiya because she needed to get stronger to bring back Naruto, while Naruto was actually training to get even stronger. And he actually made a pact, well, not a pact, but he actually found a summoning a summoning contract. It was actually for the Toads, and yes, Naruto made the summoning contract with the Toads. And since he made a different one, well, even though the same Toads, he made a different summoning contract, and in the end, the Toads had to listen to what Naruto asked them to, and said not to tell anyone else that he has this type of, he can summon the Toads as well. And he actually summons a different Toad. Just saying, Naruto can summon Gamabunta and everyone else. However, he usually summons and well, he doesn't want Gamabunta. To be honest, he usually summons the samurai one. However, over time he gets closer to Gamabunta because he spends a bit of time in the where the Toads are. And yes, Naruto actually knows the reverse summon jutsu, and over there he actually gets closer to Gamabunta, while Tsuki actually begins to not use the summon jutsu as much, and even Jiraiya uses it quite a bit, but Tsuki barely uses it anymore because of her unlocking the Mangekyo after losing her brother as well, and her other brother, not only her brother, not only Naruto, but even her other brother. And she was completely heartbroken, and she needed to get stronger to bring both of them back. And of course, Naruto made a name out of himself, being a rogue ninja from the Leaf Village. And of course, not many knew that, no one knew except for the Akatsuki that he was the Nanto's Jinchuriki. And anyways, of course, Naruto being a rogue ninja, he was actually considered as an S-rank shinobi because he has the flying Raijin, and a lot of people know about that. And he actually has developed different types of Rasengan, and he already mastered the Rasen Shuriken over the 2 years. Anyways, I'm not going to cover everything that they learned over the 2 years, and I will cover a next part, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe. This was the King of Weeds, and don't forget to subscribe to Ratreet, Miniman123, and my friend Hxmesh, and my second channel, and DB Lover, for Dragon Ball Wives. And remember, I will upload like maybe this week or maybe in the next week. It depends on when I want to upload it. And anyways, don't forget to get your good quality anime merch from Beautiful Halo. Or if your order goes over $49 plus, you can use code MEME for 5% off. And if your order goes over $99, you can use the code MEMES MEMES for 10% off. And also, you can get your good quality LED lamps from lamptee.com. If you want 10% off, you can use the code in the description. And anyways, my darklings, you're dismissed, and peace.